Hi there, it's Riikka Kovasin here with another set of posts for Seth Apter Creative Team. This time I'm tackling Izink ICE medium. It's a translucent gel kind of glaze medium, and I'm showing different techniques with it. As you can see, the first one is ice in collaging. I'm doing the collaging two ways. First, I'm using a palette knife, and a little bit later, I'm using a brush to apply the gel. As the gel is acrylic based, so it's almost like you're adhering the pieces using soft body gel medium, but what you get is the color. So instead of just using a translucent transparent gel, you also get a color on top. This variation of color is easiest with the palette knife, but it also creates texture, so the end result is a little bit dimensional and not as smooth as with the brush. For all the projects, I'm using a die cut piece of mixed media cardboard, so it's sturdy enough to hold the mediums. As you could see from the first segment, I'm using two different colors of ice in the collaging. My all-time favorite, let's say, Whiskey Frost, but I mix also some Snowball in it. Here's the same colors, but this time I'm using a brush to apply the gel. So as you can see, the layer is heavier, so there's more color on top of the papers, but the layer is definitely smoother. A little tip: when you use a brush, make sure the brush is wet when you start, because that way the gel doesn't adhere to the brush as much. And as it's an acrylic based product, put the brush in a jug of water after use. Next technique is acrylic skins. They are thin pieces of acrylic paint done on top of a non-absorbing surface, and so that after drying you can peel them off. I'm using jewelry frames in my skins, so they are more like embellishment than just a piece of collaging. For these I'm using a whole bunch of different colors of ice and mixing them, so the effect is kind of marbled. As you can see, I first squeeze in the colors from the packaging and then gently, like buttering a bread, spread them across the frame. As the layer is somewhat thick, even though it doesn't look like that, it's really thick, and as there's the non-absorbing surface underneath, these will take a long time to dry. For example, these were drying more than 24 hours here in Finland, and only the smallest one was relatively dry after that time. So just be patient. Drying time also depends on the climate, so it might take a lot less time where you're at. But they actually need to be really dry when you start removing them. I actually wasn't patient enough for let them totally dry. So as you can see from the photo following up, there's a hole in a bunch of them. That hole was caused that the gel in the middle wasn't totally dry, and when I lift it up, then that one stick to the base, and otherwise I was able to lift it up, but they work as an embellishment anyway. What I also did while the skins were drying, I added a layer of transparent gel medium to the back. This was to make up for the loss of bulk while drying, and also I thought that that might make them a little bit sturdier. In the end, that was a good decision, because when I pulled them off, the gel medium side was actually not as sticky as the plain gel side. So my tip would be to add a thin layer of gel medium to the both sides of the skin to prevent it from being sticky. Okay, that was the two techniques for today. I'll share a couple of more tomorrow, so I hope you'll be back. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.